Hello. It is officially the 1 week of the year that Lisa Johnson's One to Many program is live for you to buy. OTM2024.com. You can find out all the details. And all throughout this week, Lisa and the team, like me, hi, I'm Ange, interviewing previous people that have done One to Many. So today I'm talking to Laura. Hello.
Hi.
Laura just made a Where's Wally joke, and it's going to be very hard not to mention it now. I'm loving this outfit.
It was purely unintentional that I wore it today, but then I thought just go with the Where's Wally vibe.
I was going to say, there's me thinking it's because it's World Book Day. You were like getting on the theme.
No. I'm glad to have got out of World Book Day. The kids are older now; I don't have to do that anymore. Oh, can't hear you. It says you're muted. I don't know why.
There we go. I was hoping that Shelley could meet there. Well, the joys of live interviewing. That was fun. I felt like there should have been some birds singing, or like that old woman, that old girl just coming up on the screen. Do you remember back in the old day when the TV broke? Joy.
I got a bit hot.
I'm so sorry. It's yeah. Anyway, for those that don't know Laura, please can you introduce yourself and tell everybody what it is that you do?
So I'm Laura Cruz, as it says on the screen, also known as the Dream Transition Mentor. So I'm a coach and mentor, and essentially I help women, principally women, but sometimes men, to build the confident mindset and the plan so that they can actually even get started with their business and then grow it. I firmly believe that so many people want to get started, but they are just full of all the, I can't, what if I fail? I'm not clever enough. I'm not, I don't know enough about business. What will people say? What if I can't make it work? What if I don't make any money? And actually all of those stories or limiting beliefs can keep you trapped in the life that you actually don't want.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So a lot of that mindset work to help people through their business. Has this always been what you do?
No, so I've been working for myself for just coming up to 4 years, and I when I first started, I was really unclear about my niche. It took me about 18 months to find the niche that I'm in now, but I absolutely love it, and I've based everything, my book, my community, my podcast, everything on this. Come on, follow your dreams.
I love that. Is that what you were doing when you saw One to Many? What point of your business were you at when you joined?
No, when I did One to Many, or Passion for Passive as it was when I did it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, back in the days. No, I was completely green, I was still in my corporate role, absolutely clueless about anything to do with running your own business, which is fine because I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
Again, I think that's something that holds us back. We think if we don't know how to do it, we won't do it. But the reality is every single thing you've done in your life, you didn't know how to do until you did it. So it's okay that you don't know.
Yeah.
What's really important is that you find somebody or some mechanism to help you to learn. So I'd come across Lisa. I joined her free Facebook group, as whatever it was called back then, the Fabulous 5%, I think. And I joined that, and then I was following her. And then I did a post about this in the Race to Recurring Revenue group, actually. I was unsure about signing up to one of her programs. Actually, it was Fabulous Foundations. And I said to her, well, I'm not leaving my job for 9 months, so I'll build an audience then. And she said, if you want work when you leave your job in 9 months, you need to be building the audience now.
Yeah.
And it was such a moment where, I mean, I don't know what I would have done, because actually by the time I left my corporate role, the pandemic had just started. So if I hadn't already been building my audience, you know, what would I have done? So that was such a huge thing for me. So I ended up doing Fabulous Foundations, and then I did Passion for Passive almost alongside each other. And I feel really strongly that both of those programs that I did, which if you sign up to One to Many now, you get Fabulous Foundations,
Yeah.
you get Double Bubble. What that gave me was the basis. You know, I didn't, some of the, in some of the calls for One to Many, when they were talking about things like lead magnets or funnels, I was literally writing these words down going, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
You know, nurture sequence, you know, sales funnel, like, you know, I can't remember other things. And I was thinking, I don't even know what any of these things are. And it felt like a mountain to climb at the time. Now, of course, you know, it's fine. You learn all these things. But if you don't do a program like One to Many, where it pulls it all together, you're kind of like, you're over here learning about this, and then you're here learning about that, and then you're here learning about something else. And it's very difficult to pull that together when you don't know it. You don't know it, and you don't know how it goes together, because I guess it's a bit like having all the pieces of the puzzle, and you could put it together a different way, but the picture might not be the same.
Yeah.
So it's about, I think it's about getting that real solid basis, but also coming away with a funnel as well, so that you can actually get started.
Yeah. And like you say, it's such a different world, isn't it? When you're, as the same, corporate job, you know, the online business seems, you know, what is it? Is this real? Like we keep seeing it in the challenge group, like you mentioned. But like you said, it's okay to not understand it.
Yeah.
You know, it's so, Lisa explains everything so clearly and makes business simple to follow those step by steps like you did. So when you started, you were in your corporate job, so you'd already resigned but had a 9-month.
I'd basically been really honest with them about what I was going to do, and they supported me like in the kind of transition. So and actually while they paid for me to do a master's level certificate in coaching while I was leaving, which was amazing, great company. But yeah, I was doing that. So I was working 4 days, doing both of Lisa's programs, doing my master's level certificate in coaching. I'm a mum and a stepmom. There was a lot going on, renovating the house. There was a lot. And I see people saying, I don't have time. And I hate that all, you know, was it Beyonce? We've got the same number of hours, but actually you can find time to do the things that you want. I know it's a crap thing to say. But actually when it was hard, I'm going to level with hard work, because it was a lot of time and hours, and I was tired, but I knew that if I did that work then, it would lead to me having more time to myself now. And what I've kind of based my life on and my work on and helping my clients to achieve is the 4 F's: freedom, flow, fulfillment, fun, and actually financial success. And, you know, to get that life, you do have to put the work in to start with. And that's where I think Lisa's really honest. You know, you see all this, not being funny, bullshit online where people say, you can make all this money in 3 months and you invest in this and you'll get back, you know, 10 times like in 2 weeks. It's a lie. It's a lie. And it's a fallacy, and it's people fall for it. And I'm not criticizing them, because it's easy to be pulled into that kind of messaging, isn't it? But the reality is it does take the work up front, but then you get it, you know, a bit like my book.
Oh, come on, get the plug in.
So my book, that took a year. And obviously I'm not saying everybody's going to write a book, but that took a year to you know, from start to finish to launch. It's just coming up to its first birthday. But then now I get money in from that. That's one of my income streams, but it's also a sales funnel for me. So it brings people to me. So you do have to do the work up front. But I would say that the work is, it's hard, but not difficult. Do you know what I mean? You can do it. It's not impossible.
As well.
You can do it. And just when we were just talking then about, you know, being quite hard on ourselves and thinking, well, we don't know how to do it. Just imagine how you talk to yourself about, because you don't know how to do these things and you're never going to make it. Just imagine that you were talking to your mum or your sister or your friend or, you know, somebody you love, and try to talk to yourself in a much kinder way. It's okay not to be able to do it all. It's okay to struggle a bit. It's okay to cry sometimes because you can't work it out. It's okay to take longer than other people. It's all okay.
Yeah. I love the message. So how long for you was it from going, like you said, working your corporate job, learning on the side, building your audience? How long did it take you to kind of streamline those things that you wanted to do and create the business that you have now?
I think it probably took me about 18 months to begin with to really find it. It took me a long time to find my niche. And I would encourage people to think really hard about that, because I think at the beginning I was a bit fluffy about what I was doing, and it was kind of hard to sell because it was a bit fluffy. So the kind of clearer you are with what you're trying to do for people, you know, what the thing that you're selling, what will it achieve for that person? The clearer you are about that, the easier it is to talk about it. So then everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
When you're a bit, and I think I've never been in sales. So I was a bit nice about everything, and I'm not saying you don't have to be nice, but I was a bit like, even though, I'll be honest, even though I've done one-to-many, like I set up this group that I never sold anything in it because I was just being really nice. And then I did like a survey in the group and said, oh, you know, what do you think this group's about? And everybody was like, to be honest, I don't actually know. And I thought, yeah, you're not clear. You're just not clear, Laura. And if you're not clear, the audience isn't clear.
Yeah.
And there's, that saying, a confused mind doesn't buy. So you've got to be really clear about what you're doing.
Yeah.
But also it's okay to change. It's okay to change that thing and to shift as you go along, because I think your niche is important. But if you niche too early, you probably don't quite know enough about what it is that you really want to do.
Yeah.
So it's a balance.
Yeah, I think with one-to-many this year, one of the great bonuses is the Charlie Day session, who's a sales champion, sales coach. She is great at helping people, like you say, stop being nice, ask for the sale, get things done. You know, she makes you work hard. I love watching her workshops because you've got to do stuff whilst you're doing it. So you actually get a session with her this time as part of one-to-many when you sign up.
But she's nice too. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you're not being horrible, but like, be nice. But also remember that you are trying to earn money. So be nice and make money. Right.
Yeah. Was there anything you found difficult about doing one-to-many?
No, I don't think so. I think probably one of the biggest kind of tips I would say is, I think we get really bogged down with getting everything absolutely perfect. So for the funnel or for the freebie, or, I'm not sure how that works this year, but you get a bit bogged down with tinkering with things around the edges, which are inconsequential, really. Just do something, get it out, so get the feedback, tweak it. It's not set in stone. No one's going to come to you and say, God, I can't believe that you put that out and it's got a spelling mistake, or it didn't make sense, or, I didn't really get your message. So what? Yeah. At least you're trying it. And the more that you try, the more that you learn what works for your audience, what works for you, what you like to do. Because I think that's a key thing. I talk about that in all of my work. Whatever it is that you choose to do, whatever that niche, whatever that product, that service, whatever it is that you choose to do, make sure it's something you actually like talking about and doing, because you're going to talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
And repeat it.
Yeah. What did you enjoy the most about one-to-many?
I think one of the best things for me was, well, the knowledge is brilliant, because actually, you kind of get all the building blocks. But the second thing was actually meeting people. So I met people in there who were like great friends of mine still now. And friends, I don't just mean people that who are in business, because you meet a lot of those, but I mean genuine friends. I was with one of them last week, actually. And, great connection, great support. That you're not alone. When you're trying these things, and if you're trying to start a business or grow a business and nobody else in your life is doing that, they don't get it. And it's not that they're unsupportive or being unkind. They just don't understand. But that's fine. So that's why being in a community, and I think you've got the accountability pods, haven't you, this year?
Yes,
So
yeah.
having that means that you're hanging out with people who get it.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, just the same as like when you went to school or university, or you had a baby, or you moved, you know, whatever you've done in your life, you met people at the similar point as you, right? And that's kind of reassuring, because they know how you feel, and that's what it's like when you're on a journey with other people, because they know exactly how you're feeling. So when you're frustrated, or when you want to celebrate, or when you feel like giving up, you know, when you feel, oh, this is too much, they're going to lift you up, and that's really, really important.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying about that great community vibe that's been in the challenge group that we've had, and that does really continue in the one-to-many. Like you say, with our pods and the communities that we create, Lisa does manage to attract some great people. Listen, what's next for you, Laura? What's your next big goal? What are you up to?
So my next big goal is actually, I've had a bit of a shift in terms of what I do. So my passion is definitely about getting people, my clients, to get in and start that business. But then when they're in it, now I want to help them to grow it, because actually you can earn quite a lot of money and then burn through that, because you are not working as smartly as you could. So actually it's about that mindset shift to put you up to the next financial goal, that big shift up. And that requires just as much mindset work and confidence boosting and accountability as it does when you start.
Yeah. That's great. I look forward to seeing how everything goes. It's great to hear your journey. Thank you so much for sharing with us. There are about 4 days left to sign up to One-to-Many. So head over to the page otm2024.com and have a look. Thank you so much, Laura, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Ange. Bye.